Good morning. My name is Chrystie Naeole. I'm from Waimanalo, Hawaii, on the island of Oahu, and I work at the University of Hawaii at Manoa, and I'm currently a PhD student in cellular molecular biology. Cellular molecular biology is the study at the very basic level of it's the cells. I mean, you're looking at the very basic unit of biology and all of its functions and what have you, and the component that we're looking at is DNA, which they also call the blueprint of life. So basically what DNA is it's all the instructions that is necessary for building you and I. And what really actually got me interested in science was the fact that as a child I was treated for back issues at the Shriners Hospital here on Oahu, and at that time I really was exposed to a physical therapist who taught me exercises to strengthen your back and what have you, and to keep your posture straight. And it was through those experiences over and over again that I was like, oh my gosh, I'm definitely becoming a physical therapist. Like, there is no question. And then I came to the University of Hawaii after I graduated from high school, and actually came into a class that Dr. Hamer was teaching in genetics, in human genetics, and I was like, forget physical therapy. I wanted to say scrap, but anyway, forget physical therapy. I don't want to do that. I think I'm interested in more of the like hands-on scientific work. And so I applied to when I was in college, I applied to a minority biomedical research program that was sponsored by the National Institute of Health, and became an actual undergraduate research assistant with Dr. Hamer. And when I first started off, my work was pertaining towards asthma and looking at local populations and trying to find different DNA markers that would, be within a certain population of people. And from there, that work with him for that first year was just super, like so awesome, that I completely forgot about the physical therapy, decided to change my major, and then started graduate school. So my research experience with Dr. Hamer has been just phenomenal. Great mentor, and now I've taken it to a level of dealing, instead of with asthma, the project that we're focusing now on is looking at invasive pest species. And everybody can relate to that because there's so many different, a range of species that have become invasive in a lot of Pacific islands. And with transportation and us being a major hub in the Pacific, it's that much easier that these introduced species can become established in places where they never existed before. At somewhere along the line, there has to be a certain person or individuals that sort of, they say something or they do something or they teach something that catches your eye. And it's kind of sort of those people that you should go to, because I'm sure they have a wealth of resources that you can also be involved in. They can, there's programs in science for high school students. It's even, going down to the middle school, and a lot of people are, having science fairs. The state of Hawaii even has a science fair, and I'm sure, like, many schools in the various areas of the Pacific Rim also have it as well. And those could be a jump start to see if it, you might have what it takes. It's not easy, but it's not difficult as well. You just have to have you just have to have this. It's science. One thing about science is it's very self-motivating. You have to be able to motivate yourself, because a lot of times you're working by yourself independently on a project, and if you don't have the motivation to continue, you might fall into a little slump. But if you do fall into that slump, just pick yourself back up and keep moving on, because so long as you're making progress, whatever it is, however you measure it, that's always good, instead of just being no progress at all, no movement at all. If I had one piece of advice, if anybody says that you cannot be something, you cannot do something, if you feel within your heart that you can, then go for it. Just go for it. You might stumble along the way, and if at some point you want to go down another path, you just take that path and you run and you don't look back, because you basically can do anything you want yourself. And majority of the time it's us as individuals that place these walls that we can't do anything, but we have to make sure that we just tear down those walls and know that anything is possible. I mean, we see so many examples of it where people come from so many different backgrounds that just were not, they were destined towards, whatever it was that wasn't a good thing, and then they turned their lives around. So basically, the power is in your hand, and keep yourself grounded, keep yourself humble, and just go for it. That's all you can do, and really take a look. Even when you're younger, people might say, oh, you're so young, you don't know what you want to do, but you do. So take a look at what you're really interested in and pursue or educate yourself a little bit more about what those interests entail, and start setting goals to try out different things, because it's the trying that's going to help you figure out what it is that you actually want to do. And there's no such thing as, I'm sure you guys heard this all the time, there's no such thing as I can't, you can't, but you really can.